What's up, everyone? Welcome to Through the Snakevine, episode 5, with our guest Shane Kelly from Small Town Xotics and my co-host Nazar from Masma Reptiles.
What's up, guys? What's up?
What's
Thank
up?
you
Going, everyone.
for joining us. We was waiting with Sal for a long time to do the live with Shane. You know,
Yeah, man. Yeah, appreciate you coming on.
Shane is inspiration for me. You know, you got really quick. You know, into the social media. You got crazy followers on Instagram and YouTube. You know, so that's pretty sick, man. And a huge respect to you for that. You know, it's really sick. And you have an amazing collection, but we will talk about it a little bit later. You know, so
Yeah. Actually, I've been Nazar. I've been watching your channel since like the beginning, man. I gotta say, I think your video quality and your collection quality and the way you edit and everything, man, you're doing great.
Yeah, I remember that you're watching me, and I'm watching your channel too. But man, your Batman clutch, dude.
Oh man, unreal.
Oh,
Unreal.
It was so emotional for me, you know, because you don't know how the people react, you know, to your videos, but I'm a truck driver, you know, and while I'm watching this video, I almost hit 2 cars, you know, on the highway because it's 4 Batmans. So can you imagine this? 4 Batmans. Like,
I know. It's unreal, man. Unreal.
Honestly, man, I had my fingers crossed for one.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I get one, just please let it be a female, man. That's like all I wanted. Like, I just want the female Batman to raise her up for other projects. And when I did the egg cutting part, I was like, man, I'm pretty sure I got 4, but like I don't want to say 4 yet because that just seems like a lot. You know what I mean? Like, let's get them to come out the egg.
So I can't imagine that feeling.
What was the pairing? Pairing was Blade Clown.
It was a Blade Clown male to a leopard spot nose het clown female.
Cool, man.
Unreal,
cool.
man.
That's sick. So I know that some of your Batmans looking a little bit like weird, like they have the colors like different or something.
Yeah, there's one. So that same clutch is where I had that weird calico gene pop up. Looks like a calico or a sugar or something.
Yeah,
so there's one Batman that looks a lot different than the rest of the Batman. It's got the Batman head stamp and everything, but it doesn't have the dorsal stripe. The whole pattern is like shattered like a cheetah or something.
Yeah, so
I think maybe that calico gene might be in that snake, and that's what busted up the pattern, maybe. Because there's Blade in the pairing, but I have a Blade Batman. It doesn't look like that. You know what I mean? So
you gotta wonder if it's that calico, because other calico clown combos, it's not what you would expect. Like it doesn't give out that classic calico pattern, but it's adding to it in a certain way. So you got to wonder, you know, because that would be.
And that's the male. I held back 2. I only had one of them was female, so I held her back because that's what I really wanted. And I held back that male. So I'll breed him out. I'll breed him out to like a het clown female or something and just see what happens.
Yeah,
because I know leopard hides calico type genes too. So leopard and clown. All in the same snake. I mean,
oh man, if that thing has calico,
the calico Batman, they haven't been made right yet. Calico.
Not that I've seen.
I don't think so.
You know, Shane. I mean, you was talking on your video that the previous owners from that male, you know, or female, that told that they have never put any calico on it, but maybe they are missing something, you know, and they don't. Recorded, and maybe was calico somewhere in the pairing because it's weird, man. You know, it's
really you never know. So the female came from Miguel at Always Evolving Pythons, and her last clutch was a Batman clutch. She actually gave him 3 Batmans.
Yeah, I remember.
He came over here and gave me 4. I'm like,
you know what, man? Maybe I should ask you to sell me this Batman so I can get 6 Batmans from this. You know?
Yeah. If she keeps going up every year, man, that's good.
So,
Holy crap, man!
That's crazy,
wow.
man. Yeah. So I do have a fire leopard head clown. She is about to ovulate. You know. but unfortunately the male is head, so I got head-to-head pairing. So the male is pastel spot nose head clown, so I could possibly, the best I can get is a Firefly Batman, but I'll be happy just for the Batman, Batman, it will be the, I even love, I like the spot nose clowns too, so I'll be happy to hit any clown because everyone loves clowns, so yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah. So the question we sell, I believe, so how did you get into this hobby? Like, who inspired you, and
so that's kind of a two-part question. So when I was in the early 2000s, once I got out on my own and I had stuff going for myself, I had my own house and everything, man, I'd always wanted like Burmese and the boas and stuff like that. So like back then I got like one of everything I wanted. I had like an albino Burmese, a red-tailed boa, I had a bearded dragon, leopard gecko, a tortoise, different king snake. All of a sudden I had like 30 animals or something like that. And I was like, man, I can't breed none of these because I got one of each, right? And I had these I had like one of everything, And so then I was married to someone else then, and I went through a divorce. So my collection, I dispersed it to a bunch of friends and everything. And then back then I thought, you know what? When I eventually get reptiles one day, I'm gonna pick a particular species that I like, and then I'll breed them, So then fast forward to 2019, man, I was just surfing around. I seen a genetic stripe online, and they used to be really expensive, right? And I always wanted one of those. And I was like, man, that's cheap. So I got her, and then I got a male for her. And then my wife started getting on board. I was listening to Snakes and the Fat Man and bullshit, like doing all their past episodes. And then my kids introduced me to YouTube, and I was like, wow, man, the ball python market is like totally changed from, 15 years ago. I'm like, man, there is like so many crazy combos and stuff. And it just went on from there, man. And a big part of that was my wife being involved, like she was on board she liked the snakes. In fact, some of these snakes in here are actually hers. They're ones she bought for her. I just, I do all the work.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, man, that's amazing.
Cool, man.
It's so important. Like I kind of went through a similar thing. Like I went through divorce and, kind of got rid of my initial collection, and it, being with someone now too who supports it, it's so much. It's completely different. It changes everything, and like, especially your wife being that involved, where she has her own snakes and stuff. It makes it so much better, basically.
Yeah, it's
anything that comes out of here that has anything to do with Pied, whether it's like the Dream Sickle project, we're working towards Dream Sickles, but anything that has to do with Pied, that's all my wife's in reality.
That's awesome.
That's her stuff,
I like that.
And I like Pieds too, but I was like, well, if this is what she wants and this will bring her on board and make her feel like she's a part of this and everything, then yeah, because I was wanting to do clowns and genetic stripes and stuff from the beginning. But I was like, yeah, bring on the Pieds, whatever you want,
Yeah, man.
Happy wife, happy life,
Exactly.
That's true, man. Yeah. So my wife, he is back in my country, in Ukraine. So she support me, like she like the snakes, but I do have some tarantulas, So she's like, I will come to you if you're gonna get rid of tarantulas because I'm freaked out about them, and nothing can make to get her over that fear, So I'm like, okay, if you want the snakes, I will keep the snakes, But I'm still love my tarantula, so I hoping that I will get maybe a small facility, so I can move everything there and my tarantulas too. Yes, it's too hard for me to get rid of them. So you mean, Sal, that you got into this hobby without YouTube, without any breeders? Like you just did it by yourself? Like
no. So once I got onto YouTube, I started discovering people, and I found out what Morph Market was. Whatever, I started surfing around on there, and I started just like connecting the dots, like people that I seen that were on YouTube and Instagram that were like, they had a good following, and I would look on Morph Market, and if they were like in my area where I could actually drive and do business with them face to face, that's kind of the route I went.
Nice.
And I mean, those people were, you know, like I live in an area where like I'm close to Miguel and Freedom Breeder and like Jimmy Cruz and Dead Mouse and, you know, Randy from Dark Cloud, and, you know, like there's a whole bunch of people right here. So I just Brian Cusco and like every time I forget somebody because there's just so many right here, you know. So
holy crap,
that's how I kind of branched out and started networking right away.
Yep. No, that's awesome, man. I'm jealous of that. Like, I'm jealous of both of you for being in the States, first of all, because the market there is just unreal. I mean, don't get me wrong. We got some crazy guys up here. Obviously, we got like Will and Billy and you know, June, and we got a bunch of crazy guys. But
yeah,
you know, looking on more market, you know,
I heard some like the guys in California, for example, or Texas. They have like a small community, you know, so they are like can meet in a month or two, like just for a barbecue on just talking or drink some beer, you know. So you know each other in the California, for example, you know. Like here in my state, I mean, it looks like everyone is separate, you know, like everyone is doing their thing by themselves, and we don't have like connection here right here. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I never meet anybody like, you know, in my state, so I would love to change it, you know. I would love to make a community, you know, and make the people like a little family, so we can meet, we can talk, and you know.
Yeah, it's definitely good. And like, well, when we had the shows, like going to the show and then kind of like meeting people face to face that I've been talking to online, and yeah, I mean, and that's not really in my nature, but I knew I had to do that. So now it's helped me overcome issues I had within myself before I got into this hobby. So
yeah.
I owe a lot to this hobby and like YouTube and stuff, because it helped me break out of my shell. I'm kind of introvert, kind of reclusive. I could stay in this garage and play with snakes for weeks on end, and I wouldn't even know like how much time has passed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel the same way, man. I'm totally an introvert, and like, you know, that was a huge part of me wanting to do these lives, and was just to get myself out there and kind of push my boundaries a little bit. And you know, like, and that's why watching someone like you do this, it inspires a lot of people, including myself, to get out there. And like, I know Nazar kind of feels the same way. And like, you know, when we first did our first live, we were both super nervous, but I think in doing more and more of them, you become more open to it, and it definitely helps you break out of your shell, you know?
Yeah, man. And like, well, yeah, and then just the whole reptile community is pretty cool overall, you know. Like I went to Georgia and Tennessee, and like went and hung out with just like people that I only know from Instagram and YouTube and stuff. And like I went and met them in person and hung out with them. Like Tony Thomas from Hardwired, I went and stayed at his house and like with his family, and
so awesome.
You know, and yeah, like Moose from Great Balls of Fire, I went and stayed at his house in Tennessee. And yeah, man, I mean, it's just like the reptile world's like, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's a great community.
It's huge.
It is. Yeah, it is.
It's really huge. You know, I mean, yeah, I've seen your videos, Shane, in the Hardwired Xotics. He got some insane Blackhead stuff. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I just don't need to drive my truck, because I literally can hit some car, you know.
Yeah.
I'm watching those videos, guys. It's pretty sick. So I like the stuff. I mean, I was asking him because he have the table with his logo, like made from the wood or something, and I was asking him like, where did he get it? But there's some friend who made it for him, you know. I mean, I really like it. So
yeah, Tony's great people.
Yeah.
Chaz is close to you.
Chaz, I hope I can meet you in the future. Okay, man. I mean, this is the first time I heard this, so
yeah,
I would like to meet you. Like, just message me on Instagram so I can meet you and talk to you, because I can talk like all day long, you know, about the snakes and reptiles, and yeah. So that's cool.
There you go, man. See
you put that one up earlier about my wife waking up and thinking her name Kelly. I mean, her name is Kelly, but yeah, it was a big thing in the beginning. But we just celebrated our 2-year wedding anniversary, so she's just like, yeah, whatever now.
It's over it now, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so awesome. Hey Sal, how's it going, man? The other Sal.
Gomez Pythons, what's up, man?
Yeah, no. That's my homie.
Yeah, Gomez. I have his friend in Instagram, so
yeah,
we got a pretty nice snake room.
Awesome builds.
And have nice snakes, so.
Yeah, Sal's definitely crafty, man. He knows how to build things, and they look good. They're functional. Yeah.
I've been another question. How did you come up with the name Small Town Xotics? And I'm sure you've answered it before, but
I think I've only been asked that one time, honestly. So that was on Instagram. So I don't even know what that was anymore. So it's kind of a dual purpose, man. I didn't grow up in Bakersfield. I grew up in a little town outside of Ventura County, down by LA, but it's like isolated, and it was a little 3-mile town named Santa Paula. So, and then there's a part in a Guns N' Roses song where he's talking about a small town. That he's just a small town white boy trying to make ends meet. And I'm like, I'm from a small town. Guns N' Roses is my favorite band. And then when I was like, let's just do Small Town Xotics, man, and I just went with it.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome. Yeah,
that's my nod to my hometown and to Guns N' Roses. My favorite band of all time. So
you got the twofer.
And hopefully I for using the word small town now.
That's cool, awesome, dude.
That's awesome, yeah. That's awesome. Guns N' Roses. Yeah. My dad more to the rock, like old bands like Kiss, Metallica, Guns N' Roses. I'm more to the heavier stuff, like really heavy stuff, you know.
Yeah. No, I hear where you're.
Yeah.
I used to be really into that stuff too. I kind of mellowed out in old age, though. Oh, Chris Eaton's in here.
What's up, man?
Hey, Chris.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah. Chris Eaton's a great support, man. Thanks to the Fat Man.
Yeah.
I tell him all the time, man.
Yeah, so
anyway, he's a great supporter.
I checked out his interview with Justin, but it wasn't the video, it was the audio, and I mean they talk a lot about some really amazing stuff. So
I feel like you summoned him, Shane. As soon as you said his name, he's popped in there.
Yeah, hey man, Chris Eaton and Sean Bradley, those podcasts, because I was listening to audio podcasts like other things. And then when I got my Giants program, I just searched for it on the podcast app, and those two popped up when I typed in Python. So I just started marathoning them, and that's what led me here, you know.
Hell yeah, man. So much.
I always give a head nod to Snakes and the Fat Man about ball shit, man. Always.
Apes.
Jason,
hey,
thanks for joining, man.
He's my guy, my homie.
Got crazy collection.
Yeah, he got crazy collection, like
crazy
stuff he have. I mean, I'm not the jealous, but I should get some stuff earlier. You know, I mean, it's not too late right now, but
not at all.
It's really hard to find, you know, some females, but I mean, I'm still have some. Yep. So I like the. How did the name of this guy is? Snakes and the Fat Man.
Chris. Snakes and the Fat Man.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris Eaton.
Chris, yeah. So I like his attitude. Like when he had that audio interview with Justin. I like when he's saying something and those people said to me like I did this, I did that. Fuck them. Fuck all of them. I'm like, yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he says it like it is, basically.
Yeah. You gotta appreciate people like that, you know.
True,
yeah, and then you got Billy over in the YouTube universe doing something similar. He just tells it like it is, and just does it. Just does whatever he's gonna do, you know. So
it's nice, man. Just be yourself, and there's always that's the nice thing, especially in the community. Just be yourself, and there's going to be someone who's going to be there right with you. You know, like it's just that's the important thing is being yourself. Because sometimes you see a lot of the, I don't know, like the kind of fake kind of stuff a lot online, and it, I don't know, kind of bothers me sometimes. I mean, obviously you're going to put on a little bit of showmanship as you're doing videos and stuff, but I like the all natural kind of flow. You know.
Yeah. And on my channel, the only thing that's not natural is in real life, I cuss a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like I try not to cuss too much in my YouTube channel because I do got kids that watch, and one of my kids' schools, they were watching my egg cutting videos for a while for science class, and so you know that was always in the back of my head, like, oh, don't say like, oh shit, like when you hit something good, just be like, oh wow, you know, just keep it chill.
Okay, so I heard that Miguel, he got the red flag from YouTube, right? Is that true? So why?
For having his kids on. So
that's the reason?
Yeah. Are you talking about the one that he got a while back?
Yep.
Yeah. It's for having his kids on. That's why you kind of see my kids come and go. I just let them come and go on the channel as they please, and I try to keep them in the middle. Like I was told, like don't put them in the beginning or the ends because that's kind of where they scan.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll have to pop in during the middle of an egg cutting, cut an egg or something like in the middle of the video, and then I try to keep them out of the ends, you know. And I don't put them on thumbnails or any of that either, you know. But
so YouTube don't allow no kids, like.
You can, but you got to click another box, and then it won't allow commenting, and then your video is not searchable or something. It limits your audience. So I figure, man, I'll throw them in the middle. I won't have them in there long, you know, when they want to be a part of it. But yeah, and I mean, if they pull the comments and demonetize that video, so I'm not into YouTube for the money anyway. So just whatever, you know.
Yeah, but it's kind of stupid, you know. I mean, they can allow the kids. They just can like check the video, you know, before you upload, and then give you permission or something to that. Because I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I love to see kids like passion, you know, in the video, some other people about the reptiles, snakes, animals. I mean, I love it, but it's YouTube, you know.
Yeah, I try to walk that line right there, you know. And my kids kind of go through phases too. Like there's times there'll be a few months where they always want to be in the snake room, and then the next couple months they just want to stay on Fortnite. They don't want nothing to do with me. So I don't try to force them in here because I don't want them to feel like I don't want them to go the other direction and hate it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
They do come in every Sunday and help me swap waters, though. Like, that's like one of our weekly chores together. They help me do all the water bowls on Sundays. And, I mean, they're happy to do that or whatever. But anything above and beyond that, I just let it be their choice, you know? So.
For sure, man. Yeah, it's good to get them involved a little bit at least, right? It's so good for responsibility and just, I mean, even further beyond that, if they really get into it, genetics and like, there's so much good that comes out of it, you know?
Yeah, they got one bird gecko, a boy and girl, so they just started breeding them this week.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, how many snakes you have, Shane?
I'm somewhere.
Approximately,
I'm somewhere between like 80 and 100, somewhere in there. with the hatchling, so that's with the hatchling.
Okay, so yeah, I have maybe 50 with the hatchlings, you know, and so I'm curious about it. So, how long it to take you to clean them? Like, how many hours it takes?
So, man, I used to be. I've totally changed the way I take care of them now. So right now, presently, I go through and I'll do a spot clean once a day. I go through and open every tub and just physically look at the snake. And if there's like a poop or whatever, I just spot clean it. And then every time they shed, I do a full tub change and I pull out the top insert of the rack and sanitize that. So it spreads it out. So I don't really have like other than the water bowl cleaning day, you know, I don't really have like a cleaning day anymore because it's just kind of like ongoing. Yeah.
Nice.
And it makes it easier that way. I used to do once a month, pull everyone out, totally and change the bedding all on the same day. And I was like, man, this ain't going to work because once I get up like over 100 snakes, it's going to be too much at once. So
yeah.
So that's what works for me. And I think I kind of learned that, I think, from Brian Cusco. I think that's something he does.
Okay.
And I started trying it, and man, it spreads the load. So like 1 week I might do a total clean out because they shed for like 5 snakes. Then the next week it might be 2 snakes. And, so it spreads it totally out. I like it that way.
No, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way. I'm doing the full cleaning after they shed, but I have like 2 days. I'm doing all the water cleaning, changing, and spot cleaning because my job, like, I don't have a time to check it every day. I'm leaving like 6 a.m. and coming back home like 8-9 p.m. and so it's took for me like, I mean, that's a lot. So I was curious how long it's take for you, because I don't know. I thought maybe I'm doing this too slow or something, but I'm very like touchy. I'm checking the tab like for every, like if I see something on a wall like poop or something, I will sanitize and change the padding. I'm just a little bit crazy about it, but that's the way you keeping your snakes healthy, And so, Shane, are you doing the quarantine for 8 weeks, 6 or 8 weeks, I believe? Are you doing it or not?
No.
Yeah,
I haven't. In the beginning, it was weird because I just went over this when I was entering some snakes. So, like 2019, I got 48 snakes in 6 months, and I had like multiple rooms set up. And so for like multiple quarantines, like this one's at this stage, this one's at this stage, whatever. And somewhere, because I ordered so many snakes all at the same time, man, mites came in on one of them. And I had mites through every quarantine room. So I was like, screw it, man. I just threw them all together, treated them all together. Now, like, when I get a new snake, I don't have like a quarantine room, but they'll go in a part of the rack all by themselves, like a couple levels away from everyone. I treat them like they have mites when they come in. I give them a soak, and then I put on Frontline on them, no matter what their age is, and then they kind of go in the rack away from everyone, so they're not directly above or below or whatever anyone. But that's as far as I go.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, And speaking about mites, Shane, when you upload the video that you have a mites, that your collection have a mites, I mean, like, I was so shocked. Like, I was like, dude, this guy is a king, because there's like people so like terrified about mites, they will never ever tell about it. I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to talk about video, I mean, especially if you're like just in the beginning stage, like when you're building your follicles, follicles, you said? When you're building your collection.
That too.
It's not good, it's for you, like you're thinking, man, I mean, I'm just buying those snakes and someone will know that I have a mites and it can, like, harm my collection. But what you did, man, huge respect to you for that video.
Yeah. Like, thank you.
Huge, because it's crazy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I put that out too is I was like, nobody wants to talk about like the plague or something, but I killed a hognose snake because I was going off a Venomous style treatment that I learned off YouTube, which nobody ever said don't get that stuff around hognoses and colubrids, that they're more sensitive to it. So like I did the whole thing, like spray the enclosure, let it dry out. I let it dry out all day long, had the hognose, separate, like in just a little deli cup. It was just a baby, and then I put it back in before I went to bed. Went to work the next day. The hognose was fine. When I came back, both hognoses were like going into convulsions, man. And I sat there and I soaked them. And I totally cleaned out their enclosure, got rid of all the chemicals. One died, one made it through. And I was like, you know what, man? I need to make a video, and at least whether anyone watches or not, man, I just need to put it out there, like keep prevenamide away from your hognoses at least. And still to this day, I won't use prevenamide because of that. I was like, I never want to. That was the most painful death I ever seen anything go through, man. I mean, it was just convulsing, and then it would get better for a couple hours, and then it would go back into convulsions, and I was like, man, should I end it? And then one started pulling through, and I was like, well, maybe this one will too. And then it eventually just like convulsed so bad the last time it died, man. So I was like, I got a hold of Dave Palumbo, and he was like, man, I've seen this video, and I got a hold of him. He's like, prevenamide's safe for everyone, man, even all the way down to your hatchling. So I did the prevenamide treatment, and man, it knocked everything out. And that's why I was like, you know what, I just need to make a video. So hopefully somebody sees it and says like, hey, man, like maybe they can use prevenamide around their ball pythons, but maybe we should keep it around the hognoses or the other colubrids. You know what I mean?
That's why videos like that
those
are
videos,
so important.
disinformation helping the other people, don't make those mistakes, and people don't realize that I mean, the same thing about Billy, about that shipment in December he made, when all those frozen almost snakes, same thing. That's a lesson. I mean, I didn't know that it's not a good thing to ship the animal in December, it's lesson for me. I mean, Billy helped me, so I just don't get it why people get so upset about it. I mean, it's happened. Like, we all made the mistakes,
That's how we learn.
Yeah,
that's from how we
mistakes.
learn, So man. So
and then from that I learned too. I was like, I'm just gonna treat every snake like it has mites when it comes in. It'll get a full treatment. And if I would have did that when I was building my collection, I wouldn't have been all of a sudden infested with mites in the first place. I would have knocked it out way when it was more manageable. And so I've just did that program since. And that's been like the whole premise of my channel since the beginning. Just like, here's my journey, man, and I'm just going to document everything good and bad. And then if you can learn something from it, cool. I mean, if you want to roast me, cool, whatever. At the very least, I can go back, or my kids can go back and look and be like, okay, this is how we did it. And our successes and failures. And I don't know. I have fun doing it.
And I mean, even if one person watches that video, who does have hognoses or whatever, even if you help that one person from making that mistake, man, it's 100% worth it. Because
absolutely,
if anyone here has dealt with mites, I have in the past one time as well, and I would never want to go through that again. So if there's any info I could put out there to help, like, it's definitely worth it, man. And I know it's hard to put out that information, and you don't want to be looked upon like, you're not taking the best practice. But when you're learning, like, we need that information out there. And when you try to find this shit, like, if you search on Google, half the stuff you find is from 2012. And like, there's been so much updated info since then. And without these videos and stuff, like, that information is just it's so old school that, there's different methods that are even better out there now. So it's important. It's important with videos like that. Yeah, man. And then what I liked about Frontline too is, like, Palumbo lays it out in his video, man. Like, if you treat the snake, that's the mite's food source. If you're able to treat the snake safely so the mites can't even get on it to eat, the mites are going to die because they're going to starve. End of problem, man. You don't need to, like, dump all your substrate or any of that. I mean, you just treat the snakes and keep continuing about your business, do your drug changes like normal, and they're gone, man. And it works. So. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
I'm going to put up a question because I asked if anyone had questions on Instagram there, and then it was asked in the chat too. So I'll just put it up here now for you, Shane. So, your most anticipated clutch for this year from Mutation
I like those questions.
Yeah.
Man, I have a couple. I'm really anxious for this one clown to get big enough to breed, and I'm anxious for the redhead to get big enough to breed. But I'm trying to put some redhead into some clown, and my redhead's also hypo, so I'll be producing double head hypo clowns with redhead and butter and stuff in the mix. And then, I mean, always though in the background, there's going to be genetic stripe clown pairings building my double head army. So
nice.
Although those are very exciting to me, it might not be visually exciting right now when they're born, but later on, that's going to be the powerhouse army that does all the work for me. You know? So.
Oh yeah, got to make those ingredients.
Yeah. So
awesome, man.
I don't know if I directly answered that question, but I'm anxious to get that redhead breeding. That's for sure. And he's
so
also there,
like you have a redhead, and you want to bred to the clown and make hats, right?
Yeah. And he's a hypo, so it'll be a double head hypo clowns.
Oh man.
Okay, cool.
That's gonna be sick.
Wow, redhead, double head hypo clowns.
He's a pastel color redhead hypo. So
oh man.
Yeah, there'll be some genes at play, and yeah.
That's awesome, man.
And well, something else. No, wait. And I'm really excited. This is my first year breeding Hognose, though, too. So I got all those pairings going on.
So let's start.
A little different, you know?
Okay,
yeah,
so
let's get into that.
At the Hognoses. So Hognoses are cool. I love them.
Yeah.
But we have to have a permit here in Illinois to own them. But it's not hard to get, you know. So do you need hibernate them? Hibernation, right? So do you have a room with the colder temperatures and all this stuff, Shane?
So, all right, if it's brumation, you don't have to do that with them if you're not going to breed them. But if you want to breed them, then you go ahead and brumate them, and then when they come out, is what kicks on their breeding cycle.
Yeah, but you have to have like a low temperatures for brumation, right?
Right. So a lot of people use like a wine cooler to cool them off. Me, I live in the desert of California where it gets cold in the winter. So I just put them out and shit outside. And it was swinging. There were some nights it would get down in the 30s. But, I mean, it would mainly stay between 40 and 60 degrees. And the people that put them in the wine coolers keep them at about 50, 55 degrees their whole time. So I was within that range. I kept them in there. And then when I brought them out, I fed them and started breeding them. And
nice. That's cool, man. I mean, you see, you live in a nice area to do it, you know? So you don't have to looking for a facility and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Like, for example, like Brian Barczyk is doing right now. He have like a whole facility, you know, in the basement where he put all his colubrids and do this kinds of stuff. So that's cool, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I just watched your video today, actually.
Yeah, they're so cute. I like those faces.
I love them.
Like Hognoses, they're I love them.
My wife loves them, man.
They're so cool because they're like, they each got their own different personality from snake to snake, and then they're just like so different than a ball python. And like they'll go backwards, like they'll slither backwards, and I'm like, you're going the wrong way, you know? They're just great.
So awesome, man.
Okay, so Sal, what is your most anticipated clutch? What is here?
My most, let me go back to that. We'll go over all of ours. Yeah. It's hard. It is hard. It's always hard to choose for me because, like, especially because this is like my first year getting back into it. So, like, I'm excited to get a clutch, period. But if I could choose any of my pairings, it would be between the Fire Clown male and Pied female for some Fire double hets.
Yeah.
Or the Fire male to the Pastel Calico. Because I'm like in love with, that's why when you were mentioning if that Batman was possibly Calico, I was losing it because Calico and Clowns is probably one of my favorite combos right now.
Yeah.
So I really want to make some Firefly Calico Clowns in the future. So I'm hoping that girl goes and I can make some Firefly Calico hets and pretty much anything in between there, really. So
yeah, I love Calico.
It's really nice gene, man. Calico is coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Daniel, I believe his name, from Constriction Addiction. Sal, you saw that snake. It was, I believe, a pastel calico special head clown female. It was really nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that snake got my eye, but I'm kind of, making like pause about buying some snakes because I got too many and I spent a lot last year.
Yeah.
That's too much.
I think we're all there.
Yeah, for me, my most anticipated clutch for this year, I would say Batman. I mean, I love Batmans, and I wanna make them and then add something new. Make it a new combo, and that's what I love.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So Batman and I would say Dreamsicle. Yeah. But I do have a female double head. Bred her to pastel lavender head pied, so chances 1 in 8, but maybe I can hit a pastel Dreamsicle. I know they're really nice looking as an adult, so hopefully, I will hit some.
Yeah, I like pastel dreamsicles. Pastel dreamsicles turn out nice, man.
Yeah. So Shane, do you have any lavender stuff in your collection or no?
Yes, I do, man. I have a lavender hat pied from Billy. That was like one of the first snakes I bought, and I bred it to a pied. So I have pieds that are het lav. I have 3 females like that, and I got them going to an ODYB Inchy G-Nex het pied. So I'm hoping to hit the pied and then hold back any of the pieds because they'll be het lav, and bam, I'll just keep stacking those.
That's the plans. That's the plans right here, baby.
Yeah, that's insane, man. Holy,
so cool.
So I mean, I don't like the part that the pieds het to het, but I mean, hey, I'll even hold back the 66ers.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm pairing hat to hat clowns like to make a Batman's. I mean, sometimes it's make those things even more like you're passionate, more excited, because it's hat to hat, and you're so like you're waiting, if you can hit this combo from hat to hat, and it's cool, I mean, I'm more excited when I hit the visual from hat to hat than I hit like visual from double visual parents, like clown to clown. Okay, I will know that I can hit the clown, but hat to hat or visual to hat, it makes me more excited, and it's I like it. So
it is, man.
Yeah.
Even the big guys are still doing it that way. Like JKR still does that way. Ozzy does that. Like there's still really big guys out there that are doing it that way, head to head. And
I was really surprised when JKR shows. I believe he bought 2 snacks from Austin, from Canada. They are 50% Hinman soon, 50%, and he's still buying those snacks.
Yeah.
And the guy have like a lot of money and crazy collection, and he's still buying those small, pieces that can help him to. It's cool. That's insane. Like, so I love it.
Yeah.
Got another question in the chat there for Shane.
Well, man, I actually got a little too many recessives right now, but I like. I'm intrigued by the rainbow.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I think. I mean, it's recessive, but it's like everything you hoped banana would ever be. You know what I mean? Like it takes away. It's banana without the spots, and it has color, a little bit more color, and I really like it, but I'm kind of see where it goes. I like paint though too. I like the paint. Yeah.
Paint Sentinel is
Sentinel, man.
I'm looking for Sentinel. Shane, I still don't know what is the Sentinel. It's a recessive or it's a code down, because there is one freedom breeder selling right now. It's they're selling super Sentinel or super paint. So I don't know. Like
it's been changed to recessive. Freedom breeder just might have it marked because it used to not be called recessive. So
yeah, because someone told me that the heads looks like visuals, Sentinels. So that's why. I mean, they split like some people are saying it's a codam, and some people said it is recessive. So I was just curious about your opinion, you know. Okay, so you said rainbow, sentinel. What else?
For recessive, man, I don't know. I
You got him all.
Well, you know what? I'm working lavender, but I really like candy, man. I mean, candy's some nice looking stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. If I was gonna do it all over again, I might have went the candy route. I don't know. I grew into candy more after I've already been in a little bit longer, you know. But right off the gate, I like lavender, so I'm working with lavender. But I think that's it for the recessives. I've got sunsets growing up, so nice. I mean I'm real excited to be in on sunset, but I'm just waiting. I should hopefully be breeding sunset pairings in 2022. So.
Okay,
nice.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I remember your video. You bought some hats, I believe, from Miguel.
Yeah, I got some hats from Miguel, and I got a visual from Brock Wagner and Brad Bola. That was yeah, they're just hanging out in the racks, man, growing. They're up top, so I forget to ever show them because they're up top.
Just sitting up there growing, though.
Yeah, they're sitting up there growing.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so Kelly Morse, he's a local, this guy. I actually met him today. I helped them to ultrasound they have some females, you know.
Nice.
So yeah, I just got back from his house. So Derek, Jane Haley.
That's awesome.
Wow, you guys. Yeah, he is working with Sunset too. Actually, Shane, he have. Oh my God, I will screw this up right now one more time. Oh Jesus, 1 second. And she, oh my God, I believe double head DG Sunset.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm hoping that I didn't screw this up right now.
DG Sunset. DG Sunset should be good.
Yeah, that's pretty huge project, you know. So best luck to him. Okay, so
just based on that last conversation, which is there a certain direction you want to take Sunset, Shane? Is there anything you really want to see it in?
I mean, obviously, I want to go double recessive with it, but I at first I was thinking, man, I should have got in sooner, but I just barely got into the business anyway. So, but I think I'm right at the perfect point, man, because I really want to see how Sunset reacts in Pied. I think that's going to be a good combination. Having super white light next to a sunset color, and I'm really interested in how that reacts. And then
add Anchi to this combo, you know, to make those more patterns to the Pied.
Yeah. So I'm real curious. So I'm glad like people like Joel are ahead of me on that game, man. And depending on who hits what, I mean, I could go clown, sunset. I want to. I mean, but genetic stripe is my first love, so I wouldn't mind seeing what genetic stripe does. Maybe it brings all the pattern up on the back and leaves the rest red and orange. You know, I don't know.
That could be really cool. That could be, and I haven't heard that been talked about much actually. Sunset genetic.
This is the first time I've ever mentioned it out loud. So
that's amazing, man.
Somebody's steal my idea.
Yeah, so we will talk, Shane, about G-Stripe because I do have some hats and we'll do it later. So I'm gonna show you something. Yeah, I do like G-Stripe clowns too, so I'm working with some hats also. Yeah, but we'll talk about it a little bit later. And yes, I mean, I'm curious how the monsoon pie will look like. If it's gonna change the pattern, you know, or can you show the previous Anchi double head sunset DG? Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
So I didn't screw up this one.
I remember when they picked that up because I sit up in the background and watch the sunset game. So like when people pick up sunsets, I'm like, okay, add them to the list. I'm watching them.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine that? Those super Anchi sunset desert ghosts.
Man, that's sick. Yeah, I'm curious to see how Desert Ghost reacts with it too. I mean, we seen Michael, you know, I don't know. The clown version looks good in person. I've seen it on TV. I've seen it at Miguel's house. It looks real good too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm ready to pivot with that project. That's why I'm like, man, I'm probably right at the good stage because it gives everyone this year to do some more stuff, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do for 2022.
We got some. Let's keep clicking on questions.
Only sleep 6 hours a night. That's my first one, man. Sleep 6, grind 18. And how do you balance all that, man? I try to keep the family involved with the snakes, and then I do my normal job, and it's hard. You got to be a juggler. You got to have lots of energy. That's how I do it. Everyone else might do it different, but that's me.
No, that's a good answer,
I'm planning like cleaning and take care about my snakes in the, like, for example, on my job, I'm a local truck driver. I used to be all the states, you know. I'm driving like a huge 53-foot truck, you know. So
yeah,
Monday, Tuesday, it's like I don't have many jobs, like it's a really short day for me, and like Thursday, Friday, really busy. So on Monday and Tuesday, I'm cleaning, you know. I'm more making more pictures for my Instagram. So I planned like every day. I have a schedule, you know, for everything, so I can do everything every day, and you know, don't miss nothing.
Yeah.
But still, the snakes, it's like therapy for me, you know. I mean, after the job and you have all this dumb shit, you know, with the weather, you're coming back home, you open the tops, man, this is so cool, you know, when you're looking at your snakes and just appreciate that you have this, you know, the life take you to this point. It gives you like opportunity, you know, to have those amazing animals. It's just blessed, you know. I'm blessed with it, and I love it, man. Really love it. So
yeah,
the snakes like changed my whole life, you know. This is just cool.
It's nice. Yeah, and I mean, it's similar with me. Like we have a 1-year-old and I have a 5-year-old, so it's just about balancing, like you were saying, Shane. It's just, you know, I don't always get to go to the, you know, my space at the exact same time every day or anything like that, but I try to hit it up every single day just to make sure that I'm doing my spot cleaning and spraying, because it's super dry here where I'm at. So I got to spray every single day, twice a day if I can. But yeah, it's a balancing act between everything, and you know, you just have to find, and because it's enjoyable, I don't find like, I love that me time when I do go into the room and I get to just blast music and do my thing. Like that's I don't play video games. I don't do any of that stuff. That's my video game, or whatever you want to call it, your freedom time. That is my freedom time, and I enjoy being in there. And like you were saying, Nazar, just opening those tubs and seeing the animals, and especially, you know, because I've been into ball pythons for a long time, seeing the animals I'm able to own nowadays, and especially them being like on the lower end, it's nuts to me. You know, like these snakes weren't on the lower end when I first started, and now that I have them in my tubs, it's nuts, you know. And some of the animals I see online now, I'm just like, man, I can't imagine opening a tub and seeing that. Like that, it's incredible. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's finding that balance, and you know, especially if you're enjoying what you're doing, it's incredible. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah, and something I found though too with the balance is like whenever I do anything like this, like any kind of live streams or whatever, I kind of like, you know, let my wife know, hey, I might be doing a live stream on this night. What do you think about that? Is that a good night? And sometimes she'll be like, oh no, I wanted to go out to dinner that night. So then I'll just talk to whoever, like, hey, let's switch it to another night. You know, there's some give and take there too, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I got a shout out to my wife too, because she's a champ, man. She takes care of all of us really well. And, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do this without her, like 100%. So
yeah. So Shane, but you have like a job, like a second job, your main one. Because I mean, you're on Instagram. It looks like to me, and I know that, I think that other everyone thinking that you're in Instagram like 24/7, like every minute you're liking someone's post, you make some stories. I'm like come on, like he's in his phone like all day long or what? Like someone said, I believe the guy from Hardwire Exotic, he said that you are everywhere, you know. And I was curious, like it's you really spend like smashing the social media, you know, and that's what that this is a like inspired me and Sal and other guy, you know, to work towards social media and connecting with the people. So it's really really good. So Shane, most of your sales are you doing through Instagram or Morph Market?
Mostly through Instagram. Then it would be YouTube. I get sales from YouTube as well.
That's cool. That's nice.
And then Morph Market. I've actually only sold like, I love Morph Market, don't get me wrong, but I've only actually sold one snake like straight off of Morph Market. Mostly it's people hit me up and I direct them to my Morph Market from Instagram, or they see a snake that I posted available on Morph Market. I'm like, yeah, just contact me on the Morph Market, and then, you know, we'll just do everything through there so it's all tracked and whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm doing mostly Morph Market. I don't have like a big social media, you know, and Morph Market works good for me. So yeah.
You know how many I've got off Facebook? None.
Yeah. Yeah, shocker. Just a bunch of attitude on there, man. That's what you
Facebook, but I mean, in 2019, I used to sell most of my snakes through Facebook. After that, made that sale policy, you know, that you cannot sell everything.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Facebook.
Yeah, I do get some inquiries off Facebook, but I mean, they are like super tire kickers. Like, oh, hey, I like your snake. How much is it, Ron? I give them the price. They're like, oh, well, do you have anything for like under $50? I'm like, I mean, eventually, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, for me, Facebook is trash. Like literally, it's trash for me, you know. And I have some friend. He's a local too. He wanna leave this hobby because he can't do any sales through Facebook, you know. I'm like, dude, but come on, you have a Morph Market. I mean, he don't, but he can get a Morph Market, Instagram. So he don't want to do this. He's like, oh, you know, I'm not trusting to the shipping. I know that a lot of people get scammed by shipping, you know, and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, like do whatever you want, but it's stupid to like wait just for the Facebook, you know, to sell your animals. It's not working like that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to attack it from multiple angles there. So, like, if Instagram goes away or YouTube goes away, I mean, you're still established somewhere.
Yeah, you have to catch every platform, you know, so you can make a little bit from everyone, not just the Facebook.
And Morph Market's nice too because they have that system where you can go and look at people's, like, I don't know what they call it, if they call it the review section or whatever, but it's kind of nice where you can go and check out to see if someone has good reviews. And, you know, I also like the function that you can see what has been sold in, previous to check out on pricing, because a lot of the time when you look something up, it's not available currently. But to go back and be able to search and see what it was selling for, or, you know, it's a great site, don't get me wrong, but
it's definitely like a Kelly Blue Book or something for
exactly.
Do you get family, friends involved in your collections, cleaning, feeding, breeding, social media, etc., or do you do it all by yourself?
I'm doing it by myself.
Nazar says by himself. I get not friends. I get family, my wife and kids. I'll have them cut eggs and stuff too. They help with the water holes. We kind of went over that earlier. My wife is now learning how to feed the collection. So I'm kind of, she's my apprentice now on that section. So she's learning. And as far as social media though, I do 110% of all the social media. I do all the edits. I do everything.
I get that.
That
you're doing social media.
110%.
I don't know if I could ever let that go because I don't know if anyone could ever put the amount of work that I do into it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I can ever let that go, you know?
There's no way, man. You're like Nazar said, man, you're an inspiration to not just us, but a lot of people, just the work ethic you put in, and like you and it's just such, like, you give such positive vibes at every place you go. It's always positivity, and that's the one thing I like about you, is that everything that you put out there is positive and just helping everyone else with you, along with you. So it's amazing, man. Yeah, 110% is right what you said, because that's what you give, like, every day. You grind harder than most, man, like, for sure.
Thank you, Sal. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm the same. Like, most of my stuff is just me. I don't have as large of a collection as you guys, but you know, in terms of the actual work part of it, it's just me in the shop, and just mostly me on social media. But you know, like I said, my wife, in turn, she does help me, because while I'm doing that stuff, she's at home with the kids a lot of the time, and you know, she's still putting in that effort too, so I can do this. So you know,
big shout out to all the spouses that help support the men in whatever way. You know, like, well, my wife is my camera woman for some episodes too. When I need, you know, so she's there. She just doesn't like being on that side of the camera too much. So.
Right. Yeah, and see, that's a huge part of it, man. It helps. It's nice having someone on the camera too, so you can get those different angles, and you know, it's just nice to have a bit of movement too.
Yeah, or like, I'm trying to set it up here, set it up there, and I'm like, if I just had a person that could just run it, babe, are you busy? No, okay, come out here.
Man. Oh, thanks for all the questions, guys. This is awesome. Oh, that's a good one.
Well, that's not totally for sure yet, so I haven't really went public with that yet. I mean, it's still all in the works, so
okay.
More than likely, I will be leaving California though. But all of that is yet to come.
Cool. No, it's good to know. Content, man. Gotta keep on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
California.
Man. We'll get. I have some more questions I asked on Instagram here. This is a good one. Ooh, top 5.
Five gene, like.
So I think
cold dumps and recessive, all of them.
I think any clown, pied, or banana. So minus clown, pied, and banana. Man, well, I'm gonna go genetic strike, sunset, desert ghost, hypo, and
no pied ball.
Oh, hypo ghost.
Okay.
I don't know. I need one more.
Yeah, one more.
Puzzle, Shane, puzzle.
Hey, yeah, let's go puzzle. Yeah, puzzle. I knew I was forgetting one. Hey, man, unless I'm sitting here looking at my racks, it's hard for me to remember everything that's going on, you know?
Yeah. What about you, Sal?
They took away 2 of my top ones, which I guess are probably 2 of a lot of people's top ones. But DG, puzzle, it's gonna take me a while. I can think of them easy, but then I'm like, well, I don't want to leave anything out though. Probably leopard, GHI, and yellow belly.
Okay. It's hard for me. Okay, so leopard, my favorite one. Leopard, acid, puzzle, yellow belly, and genetic stripe.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you like genetic stripe too, eh?
Yeah, but I would love to add Bango also. You know.
Oh yeah,
I love Bango stuff. I love Bango clowns. Bango is sick. I mean, with the Hognose, Bango is nice. I think that Bango Redhead will be also really nice, because Bango had those wacky patterns, and the Redhead. I mean, the Justin made the Redhead is insane. Like Redhead clowns.
It's nuts, man.
Yes, so Shane, you had a video about the guy from Tennessee, right? He working with the Redhead stuff.
Oh yeah, Moose, Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, he got some.
Yeah, that was a good one, man. I like that one.
Yeah, he's deep into redhead, hypo, and turbo, man, and that's like kind of where he's been building. And then Justin dropped the bomb on redhead, and so I mean he's already set up. He's got redhead going.
Okay, so let's add something else to this question. So Shane, what is your 3 favorite recessives and co-doms? Let's make 3 and 3.
3 and 3.
Okay, let me say G-stripe, recessive. What else?
Genetic stripe, genetic stripe, clown, and for the third one, I'm gonna have to go hypo. I like ghost, man. Yeah, I like ghost. And then for codoms, man, I know it's not that popular, but I like anything in the bell complex, man. I mean, I love it. I don't care if it makes the right snake or not. Like I'm talking like Mojaves, bamboos. I love anything,
Yes.
but if I'm gonna have to choose one, I'm gonna say Phantom for a codom. Probably let's go leopard because leopard's good with everything.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, man. I don't know. What's another good one? I don't want to say the wrong thing here. I don't know. I only have one, but I really like bongos too, though. I mean, bongos. Yeah, I'm gonna go with bongo for that.
Yeah, have you seen the bongo? Have you seen the bongo that I have?
No, I might have. I don't know.
It's a laser bongo clown.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
What, have you seen that or no? You want me to
Grab it.
Grab it, Nazi.
I got
a snake, man.
I got a bongo spot nose that I'll be pairing my redhead to. It was funny when he was talking about that. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm going that way.
Dude, that's sick. Bongo spot nose. Sick.
See?
Oh, man. Look at the blushing on that thing.
Yeah. That's sick.
Dude, that is so sick.
Yeah, I love bongo stuff.
Yeah.
And it's got lesser. I love lesser. I love Mojave. I love all that stuff.
When you said you love Bell Complex, I'm right there with you. I still love all that stuff, man. I think it's I mean, take away the white snake portion of it, but all the other stuff, man.
Yeah, so I love bongo, and I mean, I don't know if it's a mistake, but I should probably get more codoms and more recessive that I already have, so I can work deeply with the project. Because like for those past 2 years, I'm editing like every time a new recessive. Like every new snake, it's a new recessive for me. So I have like one clutch per one female. But if I wanna work with for example, puzzle, I have to get more puzzles, more heads, so I can. So I should focus on the stuff that I have, and I think I will do this right now. I mean, I still want to add some more DG to my collection, but I'm really focused on clowns, puzzles, G-strap clowns. I made some. That's what I want to show to Shane right now, because you made a video that you have, I believe it's a pastel, right? Double head clown G-stripe.
Yeah, they're banana, pastel, double head G-stripe clown. So I got super pastels, I got single pastels, and I got pastel, super pastel.
So those
nice.
Pastels and super pastel, they are really bright, right? Like yellow belly looking, like.
And they're like super clean and stuff too. I'm like,
I mean, because I do have some. I think that's the G-stripe influence.
You think so?
I do have some like double head G-stripe clowns that looks like a yellow belly, very clean and so bright, and I think it's a G-stripe influence. So I just want to show you. 1 second.
Yeah, man, like a whole bunch of them came out just like extra clean looking. I'm like, I guess it's the double heads, but
Yeah, I was gonna
I don't
say,
know. Somebody else was
especially
saying.
double het. I feel like double hets really when you start stacking those hets, man. I feel like they bring it to a different level. You know,
Yeah.
even just a single double het combo, like any double hets I always see, like most of them have a pretty crazy appearance, whether it's pattern or color. Like I feel like it definitely.
Yeah, so
enhances.
I think that the camera will not picking up the brightness of that female, but I just wanna 1 second. No, it's not. It's not. I will send you the pictures, Shane.
Okay.
That I have like head clown female normal and double head G-strap clown, and they all looks different. This one much more cleaner and much more brighter, you know. So this is, I believe, I watched your video and I was like, come on, it's the same that I have, you know. So it's probably the G-stripe influence. So
Yeah.
Well, that's good to
this,
know.
this female is actually triple head, so she is a G-stripe hypo clown.
Oh wow.
You can even see the difference on this.
Yeah,
Like
so,
if you hold them up again now.
Sal know that. So Shane, on what temperatures are you incubating your eggs?
So I have my thermostat set at 90, but when I temp on the inside, it's at like 89.5, 89.4, right in there. So I lose half a degree. So
Okay.
my incubator just stays rock solid right where I set it too. So I just left it at 90 and it's worked ever since. So I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah. And you have like with you said 89.5, 90, and you still got like 50-50 males, females. Because I'm not.
Well, no. So man, I had clutches that were majority females, and then I had some clutches that were all males, and so I don't know, man. I don't know about.
Yeah, me, like I got my first clutch 2019, so past 2 years I got 10 clutches and 8 clutches was like 90% males. 8 clutches from 10, only 2 clutches with the females. And I was curious, you know, I talked to some people and they said that it's because I incubate my eggs 90, 91, you know. So someone said that it could be because of the temperature, like maybe it can like indicate the gender. I don't know if it's true. Like the same, like with the leopard gecko, you know, like incubate them 98, you get females, and 91, 92, you get all of them are males, you know. So I will try to incubate at 89, but this clutch, I mean, I got 5 eggs. 5 eggs, 4 males, and this is only 1 female, you know. So I'm going to repeat the pairing because I need more triple heads, you know. G-stripe clown, man. I think that the G-stripe clowns will blow up soon, you know, with the coat downs. It's really will. So yeah, and I have a really cool male. I want to show it to you too.
I just wanted to put this up here from Justin from Pipeline because I've noticed a lot of the double hets do have the double keyholes on their pattern, and especially clown pied. Like I looked up clown pied, pretty intense, like double het clown pieds, and like if you look at 90% of them on Morph Market, they all have that same exact look. The one I have in my racks has that same look. It's really interesting. I like looking at the double hets. I feel like there's a lot of show on the double hets.
Yeah. Because one of mine doesn't have any of the keyholes, and then it kind of has like it has the pattern of like a single green fire with just without the color. You know, it's like a lot of dorsal striping and no keyholes in the alien heads, and it looks. But then, you know, I got a double het for Dreamsicle and Lab Pie, and that thing has flames on it like it's a yellow belly, but there's without the yellow belly. You know what I mean? So like the double het do other stuff, you know.
Yeah, they had something, man.
Yeah, and this is the boy from the same clutch.
Oh,
that's crazy looking.
Yeah, so this is that's a male. I hold him back. It's a leopard black pastel triple hat G-stripe hypo clown, you know. I was so hoping to get the female. Okay, I'm fine with that, you know, but It's a powerhouse boy, you know. I mean, so I still have like 2 years, you know, for that female to grow, but hopefully I will produce some. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's a black pastel leopard triple visual. I'm hoping for that. Yeah. So
leopard and black pastel go good with hypo too. So
yeah. So when I heard, you know, from your videos that you're working with G-Stripe Clown, I'm like, dude, that's sick. You know, I want to see this combo blowing up. You know, so people can working with it because it should be. You know, it's like
still lots of potential.
It's G-Stripe, like the Garrick Demeyer made his last video. He said that G-Stripe like deserved to be on the top, you know, list because it's pretty sick. Like even look at the G-Stripe banana he made. G-Stripe bananas, I love G-Stripe bananas, you know. So I'm hoping I can make some visual G-Stripe clowns and I can put to my banana Anchi and, you know, make some hats and work with that direction. So yeah,
especially with the I think it was he made the banana leopard G-Stripe. I think it was, I don't know if it was the banana, but leopard and G-Stripe in general is just absolutely insane, man. It takes it to
that combo.
Holy,
get me into the G-Stripe stuff. Like
man,
the Garrick's show that combo, so it's get to me.
Yeah, for sure. Garrick Demeyer, man. I have some G-Stripe stuff from Garrick Demeyer, man. I mean,
from Garrick, cool.
Yeah, man, he's one of my favorite channels. I love Garrick Demeyer.
Same here, man. We always praise him on here too. Like he's been one of my favorites. He's one of the reasons I even got into this in the first place back in the early 2010 or 2011 when he was whipping out videos. And man, does that guy stay consistent with his content? Like holy, like.
I love it too because he rolls in and it's like one thing. Check out all these badass snakes. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to hold them all back. All right, bye.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, well, I'm going to hold this one back.
You know, and he don't put any credit to nobody. You know, he don't have any negativity. Like, he don't care about, he just made the stuff. He just made the snakes, making the video and living his best life, you know, without the drama, without nothing. Like, that's I love with this guy. He's not too far from me, but it's hard to get there in the winter, you know, because you can get stuck in the snow and bear can eat you, and you'll never make the he living like north from me.
Yeah,
in the winter, it's kind of crazy to get there. So I was planning to get some clown pie from him, but then I changed my mind and I wanna get an Anchi clown pie because I love like 80% parent pies, you know. So the Anchi brings everything back. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna wait for Anchi clown pie male. That's what I'm looking for right now. Waiting for So
yeah, it's a sick combo, man. I mean, it's worth waiting for. You know, even if you have to wait a bit, it's worth waiting for what you want instead of just jumping into it just for the hell of it. Especially when you're getting an animal that's higher end. It's worth the wait, man. You know?
Oh yeah.
Shane working with the puzzle stuff, man. I love puzzle. I love just the single puzzle yellow belly. Looks amazing.
Oh,
even pastel puzzle that you have, Shane, it's just incredible. But that you have pastel puzzle, but it's had hypo, right?
No, I got a yellow belly hypo het puzzle, and then I got the pastel puzzle that's also a partho baby from Miguel and Adam. They had that partho clutch, so I got one of those.
Okay, so can you explain me what is the partho?
Partho. So when the female fertilizes the eggs, she's actually replacing the male's DNA with another copy of her own, or no, her copy doubles itself in the egg. So anything you get out of a partho clutch is going to be a female and it's going to be a super. So I just had that partho clutch. So like my babies, they're like super butters. I got 2 super butters and I got a super vanilla G stripe that all survived out of that. Out of 11 eggs, it came down to 3. Only 3 survived, but yeah. So and then I blacklighted them. I think one of the super butters is also a G stripe. It's got the double stripe on the back.
Nice.
And the other one only has the single stripe. But I talked to Warren Booth about it, and he's the one that let me in on that. I watched a million videos, and nobody ever talked about it. But when you're dealing with parthos, it's either homozygous or it's not. There's no het. Like I had a het female, so all her babies are either going to be genetic stripe or they're not genetic stripe.
Wow.
So like the DNA she used, if she used the genetic stripe one, it's going to copy itself over and it'll produce a genetic stripe. If you don't see a genetic stripe, then it's not het because it just copied the normal.
It's confused for me, you know. I still.
It was confusing for me too. I did lots of, I drove around for days at work. I was listening to partho stuff, reading papers on it. And I finally got it. But the simple term is there's no in between, man. It's either a super or a visual recessive or it's not. So, like with butter, it's either a blue-eyed Lucy or it's not a butter at all. You know, it's one way or the other.
This
and they're always female.
Can you avoid it? Can you make something that it's no? You can?
Yeah. No, but I talked to other people that had partho clutches, and it's not always true, but a common thread I've seen through it is a majority of them, from my limited research, were also first-time moms. So I don't know if it's more likely from the first-time moms. I don't know on that. Warren Booth would know more about that, but.
Okay,
man, that's interesting.
But with the partho, you get all females, right? No males, only females.
Right.
Wow.
So I got my 3 females that I produced, and then I got another one from Miguel and Adams. I got 4 parthos here right now. So I'm just for my own little experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you have a crazy. Shane, you have a crazy 1920 year with the egg-bound female, you know, and the partho and all kinds of stuff.
Batman, one clutch totally slug out, 13 slugs. Like I had the highs, the lows.
Man, you got it all in.
I was doing it all. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
That's experience, you know. That's experience.
With the partho babies, are they? I can't remember which video I watched or who it was with, but I remember someone mentioning, like, do they have any issues in terms of reproduction themselves that you know of?
So some of them, Warren Booth had collected a bunch of them and raised them all up, and a lot of them will die before they get to breeding size, and a majority of them, if they do make it to breeder size and they do produce a clutch, they will usually die shortly thereafter. Like that was their one purpose, was just to continue.
Painful.
Okay, gotcha.
That's painful.
Yeah. So,
but they can produce hats.
Well, no, the partho won't be a het, but he can go on to produce hets. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that is
man. Snakes they never stop amazing me. Like that's something incredible. Like that, you know.
Well,
just
so
scientific.
out of my 3 that survived, 2 of them are deformed. Like one's got a little kink behind the neck. It just looks like the spine connects to one side of the skull instead of in the center. Other than that, it's fine. And then the other one has really small eyes and a stub tail. Like right after the vent, the tail just ends. Watch, I'll grab it.
Yeah. Man, so interesting.
Yeah.
Like Pike.
All right. I just fed her today, so I don't want to mess with her too much.
Oh yeah.
Like here's her tail.
Oh.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, like literally just stops.
It just ends, and then her eyes are really small.
Yeah.
But she's still beauty.
This is the super vanilla genetic stripe. I can't find a picture.
Cool
I think it's world's first. I can't find one anywhere.
Man, she's gorgeous. Look at it. It's so light.
So that's a world first, right? You said.
Yeah, and she's so nice and friendly. She's just like so curious.
Oh man.
So yeah, like people like ask me like, "Oh, you want to donate her?" And I'm like, "No, I'm keeping all of them, man."
Yeah.
Special miracle babies for me. So.
Yep. That's awesome, man.
I'm gonna put her back real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
So there's Spike said something.
Yeah, he said Nazar is wanting an all-female partho clutch now.
No. I don't.
To help your odds.
No, the partho clutch is like it's common. Like what happened to me. She laid 11 eggs. Throughout the process, like 5 went bad, and then out of the 6 that I cut, 3 died in the egg. And like when I pulled them out, they were super skinny. 2 of them were super skinny, like they just weren't absorbing any of the yolk. And it's just that's normal for partho clutches. That there's not going to be many that even survive out of it.
Right.
So yeah, you don't really want partho's.
Yeah, but I get the point that Justin Pipeline said that because I got like 8 clutches full of males, so now I want the partho clutch with all the females.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a weird clutch. My second clutch ever. So I bred red stripe female. I got from Justin. I paired her 3 times with my super pastel clown. So all the babies supposed to be at least pastels. Well, at least all the blondes should be pastels and red stripe. So, and by mistake, I put one more time my leopard clown. So I got pastels, super pastels, and 2 normals, no leopards. And I was like, a little bit confused. So it's probably the 2 dads got her,
Yeah.
And but still, I mean, the babies are still heads, right? Head clowns.
Yeah.
Because 2 dads are clowns, usual ones,
Right.
But, so
yeah.
And after that situation, I'm hearing like split clutches, like partho clutches, and I'm curious what it is. Maybe it's happened to me. But if you said all the females, that's not true, because on that clutch I got 8 eggs, 6 males. So it's not a partho for sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I just slacking with the males, like literally crazy.
But who knows?
I think that's just odd, man. I think that's just odd because, like, we did a visual pied to a het pied pairing, and she produced 5 eggs. My wife cut that clutch. We hit 4 out of 5 visual pieds, and I was like, "Man, babe, you're gonna cut all the clutches from here on out." Then when they came out of the egg, I sexed them. Every single one was a male. I was like, "No, you're not."
I remember that. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Never mind.
Never mind. Forget about it.
Yeah.
I was like, I just wanted 1 or 2 females to hold back, and like, yeah, I couldn't. There's nothing there for me, I was like, I already got dad, I don't need another one of them, So
yeah, what other complex I love? I love some ivory stuff. I love ivories because everything you put it, you get yellow bellies, and yellow belly of like top 3, my favorite, And if you have something extra like head clown, head G stripe, everything, it just makes things pop out. And I love ivory stuff, So
yeah, those supers are important, man. Even when we were saying like the bell complex, like a lot of people kind of stay away from the white snakes, but depending what else it has with it, it can still be like such a powerful snake. Like, I mean, like even just a super Mojave, for instance, if it's a super Mojave het pied or super Mojave pied, whatever the case is, whatever you're breeding that to, now you have the power of knowing that every single baby is going to be Mojave het pied or the visual. So like even the white snakes with the right other genes attached to them, they're still powerful, man. And like that's why I still like the bell complex, and just supers in general are so important. It's so nice knowing that every baby is gonna have that gene. So I still love that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a reason. That's the reason when I got a super Blackhead, and I was like, I don't know exactly where I'm going with Blackhead yet. I know I love it, but I want a super. So when I start breeding her, everything's Blackhead.
Yeah. So,
Let's go.
Shane, you said you have a Blackhead, super Blackhead,
Yeah.
right? Wow,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Maybe,
right here.
maybe we can figure it out with you with the Blackhead stuff in the future.
Yeah.
I would love to add some Blackhead stuff
Oh, man.
too. You know, I love it. Sal, have you seen that Hardwired Exotics made that super Blackhead Orange Dream? I believe calico.
Yes.
That's
Oh my
nice.
God.
Wow.
Look at that thing.
Show it closer.
So this is from Hardwired Exotics too. This is a super Blackhead Orange Dream lesser possible yellow belly.
Wow, that's a
that
lot
thing
of
is
countdown.
insane.
She just ate today too, but I mean, you see her dorsal striping, and it's hard to show up on camera, but like right in there is where all the orange comes through from that dream, especially like right after she shed, all the tips of those scales are orange.
Man.
So you said she is a black, super Blackhead Orange Dream Laster, possible yellow belly, right?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Wow,
Oh, dude, look at the head.
man. Jesus.
Yeah, and she's getting up there, man. Hopefully 2022.
Man, that's
Wow,
sick.
I
was not expecting that. I thought it was just going to be a straight super Blackhead, but that thing is... If that thing proves yellow belly too, holy crap.
Yeah, hey, when I
yellow belly, Laster, Orange Dream. Wow.
That was like the very end of 2019, and I seen Tony put her on Morph Market, and I was just like, man, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with her, but I gotta have her because that's a powerful female. I got 2 or 3 years to decide what I'm gonna do with her.
Yeah. So the plans will come, in a time. So you just have to wait and see some other stuff you can put in. So yeah, I mean speaking about
an animal like that, I mean, man, you can make some killer heads with like lavender. You can go clown. I mean, there's so many different directions you could take her.
Yeah, thanks for joining, June. What's up, man?
Ballistic Pythons. What's up, man? He got some crazy collection. Like I watched his live with Chris, Reptile War yesterday. He have this, I believe, Super GHI clown. It's a cryptic or krypton, right?
Probably.
I can't remember if that one ended up being.
No,
it's
I
think it's just Super GHI clowns.
I love GHI stuff, but Super GHI clowns are sick.
They're so sick.
So,
dude.
yeah, I'm about to working with my video. I was so bummed out, Sal know about it, about my GHI stuff that all the males, like I bred GHI Mojave to leopard clown, and I got like splash in my face 2 times, like bams and bams. There you go.
Oh man, it's so brutal.
Yeah, it's
I know,
brutal, but still, I'm
clutch,
happy that I proved out. I got a ivory from the local breeder. She was sold to me at possible lemon blast, and I actually proved her out, and I made some amazing baby, and she's a female. Fuck yes. 1 second, I'm gonna show you.
Nazar's more excited to hit a female than he is any combo, really.
It could be a normal. He's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
great.
Yeah. So this is a lemon blast leopard yellow bellyhead clown.
Yeah, that's real nice.
Yeah.
I like that pattern like that.
Yep. So a lot of genes like lemon blast, leopard, yellow bellyhead clown. Put the DG clown to this combo and makes those clowns hats with coat dumps, so it's I'm hoping that by that time I can make some DG stuff. Shane, do you have some DG stuff or no? I can't remember.
Just a little bit.
Me too. I do have only double head DG clown. This isn't what I have, that's it.
Yeah, I'm kind of working I'm building up hypo DG, double recessive. I'm building up that way, so
Nice.
Yeah,
I haven't really advertised too much about it yet. I just kind of, just kind of, they're there.
Yeah,
They're grown up. You know?
Yeah.
You have some puzzle stuff. You have some G-stripe. Cool.
Yeah, so that's why when somebody asks me like, "Oh, what other recessive?" I'm like, "Man, I got a lot already." Like,
Me too. I got a lot of recessive too. So
it's hard. Like I don't even have that many recessives, but like I just try to think of like if I start mixing all these double hets, man, like how I know myself, and once I start mixing double hets, I'm gonna start holding so much stuff back. So it scares me to like want to keep jumping into another double recessive and another double, because like I'm trying to go double recessive with all the recessive stuff I have. So I get worried about, I want to add puzzle and like I still really like hypo, you know, and there's all these other recessives I want to jump into, but I'm like, I should really try to focus in on a couple double recessives and go from there. But it's tough. It's so hard to choose, man.
Definitely tough.
Yeah.
So that's what brought me into the ball python part. You know, there's just so many options.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. So she is in shed, but she's going out from shed. So this is where I get my triple head babies. So she is a black pastel G-stripe hypo.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
I mean, she looks so nice with the colors, and I love this female, you know. So, and on your podcast with Bailey, you guys gave me like a good advice, tips, you know, to have a backup male. Because I got fucked up like right away, like 2 weeks ago. I have a leopard clown, my main male, and he just stopped breeding, like without the reason, you know, like one day bump, no breeding. And I have some females for him. They are building, so I don't have a male. You know, I don't want to put something else. That's like, now every time I will hold back 2 males, you know. Same code, like recessive, like 2 spot nose clowns, 2 Batmans males, because it's
rough, man. Because you know, like when you're building the collection, especially, everyone tells you, "Oh, just keep getting females, man. Worry about your males later." Well, like I'm really extreme in everything I do, so I was like, okay, female, and then I'm like, I got these breeder females, and I'm like, man, I only have a couple males. Like, I'm short, you know. Like, nobody ever said when to buy the males, and then so I'm like, okay, I need some males. Send some males, you know. But and then one of my males, I have a red stripe clown combo that just would not breed at all, man. And so my backup to him was the blade clown, and the blade clowns came in and saved the day, man. And I was like, who would have thought a blade clown? You know, I was like, man, in today's market like that, you know, that's not like an upper level snake, but I mean, dude, he got the job done. So
yeah, man. Got yourself 4 Batmans out of that, boys, so you can't go wrong with it. Like,
you know, it looks like this is so important to have males. Like, literally, okay, you have a head females, but still, you know, you're mating everything with this male. Like, so you need like really powerhouse cold dams, stacking male, 2, 3 males, 4 males, if you want to work with a different direction. That's crazy.
Yeah, so this year when I was getting new pickups, I was actually, I mean, I still got some females and everything, but I was actually buying males. So I was like, I can't really breed them yet, but I just need some more males in the future.
Same me. I need more males. I'm looking for ancient pied male. Then I'm not sure if I can find one, but I will happy to get an acid clown male too. You know, but it's hard to find them. You can find maybe confusion clown male, but the prices are, I mean, I don't know why, but they are pretty similar, and the prices are way different, you know, from between confusion and acid. So I need some more males. I bought this year a puzzle male, I hold back a bunch of males. After this situation that I have with my main male, I will get even more. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. Like one of my biggest males, and again, my collection isn't as crazy as your guys's, but like my powerhouse male this year was the Banana Mojave Pied, and I had awesome plans with him, and like I've seen one visual lock from him this entire year so far. Like he's just not, and he's like 900 grams. He eats well. I don't power feed him. He gets a small rat once a week. Like, conditions are normal. Everyone else that's in the same rack is breeding. So, but it's just not happening. He's just not into it. And like I've tried different things and different tips that people have mentioned, and he just doesn't want to go. And then sometimes it'll be like, well, maybe it's the females I'm putting him with. So I use my yellow belly pied with the females that I tried him with, and he locks up no problem. So, and I had all my focus on that one male. I had so many plans. I was like, oh, sick. I can make this, this, and this, but nope, not happening this year. I mean, hopefully next year he does it for me, but it's, that now I'm like, fuck, man, I should have got 2 powerful pied males because I had so many pied projects I wanted to do and so many hets I wanted to make. Especially with banana. I love banana pied still. I'm still a big fan of banana pied. So, but yeah, it's important, man, getting that backup male. And especially, if you don't have many males, have at least 2 powerhouses for each one of those recessive projects you have, because you never know.
Yeah. Or they breed for you in the beginning. Like I had one guy breed for me in the beginning, and then he totally went off food for almost 4 months. I had to pull him from the breeding plan, and yeah, man, like have some backup males, man. That's what I learned.
And the other annoying thing that I'm sure that every breeder have this, that you have most exciting pairing for a year, and the male is just don't want to breed. Like,
yep,
yeah. You have I have a fire clown, and I bought a black pastel yellow belly head clown. I was waiting for him. Like I was check his weight every week, like every other week, when he will get to the size, and then he just don't want to breed. Like, like I put him like 20 times with the female, and every once is breeding except my most anticipating pairing for a year, and I'm like, come on, why this happening?
Yeah, man.
Crazy. Yeah. The same thing that I believe Miguel have. He bought the female. She is a black pastel hypo clown. He bought her back in 2017, and she didn't want to breed till this year. Like, and she could give him a Pompeii clutch too, I believe, but she just don't want to give him some eggs,
Yeah,
nice, man.
Yeah. Us as humans, we have all these. Okay, if I get this snake and this snake, I have all these grand plans. But in the end, they're animals. They're gonna do what they feel.
But I will tell you this. But this makes things even more exciting. Because when you have this moment that you see that finally log, you're just like, why?
Oh yeah, man.
Finally, I got it. Finally. So this is why I love this hobby, and it's exciting,
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, we have a question. What's everyone's 3-year plan? Go ahead.
Mine is to keep pounding away at double het genetics tribe clowns. That's like my main goal. Cooking in the background. That's the main goal. In the meantime, though, I'll be making some other stuff. Like I have the Sunset project that should be going around that time, and that's my 3-year plan, though. I have a 10-year plan. Everything I make from Small Town Xotics goes right back into Small Town Xotics for the first 10 years. So everything in this 3 years will just be getting dumped right back in. In.
That's awesome.
And like, you have some stuff growing up, and every year you have a female that ready for breeding. So every year it's more and more exciting. You have like more clutches, more combos, more hats, and it's insane. So my plan in 3 years, I wanna get like a small facility. I wanna breed my rats, And of course, I want to make some double head G-stripe clowns, DG clowns, and puzzle stuff. You know, this is what I want to work with. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I don't want to like have a huge collection like you and Billy. Billy said that you have to know like who your
limit.
if you can fit it this collection, you know, because it's a lot of babies, it's a lot of snakes, it's a lot of money to fit, it's a lot of time. So I wanna like slowly, you know, go to this goal and don't make your collection like I can get 50 clutches per year, but what I'm gonna do with them, you know, I don't have a room in my space right here. So, and I mean, yeah, so
yeah,
that's a big goal, man. Though that would be awesome. I mean, getting your own facility and like getting into breeding rats, you know, that's awesome.
How about you, Sal? What's your career?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it's funny because I haven't really. We have big plans. Like I haven't really like announced them at all yet, but I will announce like somewhat of it in here just because there isn't too many people, and I don't like announcing stuff before it goes down, obviously. But we are planning on opening a reptile shop actually.
Wow.
In our city. I live in a pretty big city. There's like almost 2 million people here, and we only have 2 dedicated reptile stores. So I think there's a market for it. And those reptile stores have been open for years, since like I was a kid, basically. Well, one of them has. Another one just opened up about 5 or 6 years ago, I think, and he's doing really well. So, but I kind of want to keep it, although I will we'll have obviously more than ball pythons, but I kind of want to keep it more of a snake-oriented reptile store. We'll have feeders and all that stuff as well, of course, but we're just kind of in the somewhat beginning stages of planning everything out. But yeah, I thought I would drop it here. I haven't mentioned it to anyone. I've mentioned it to Nazar, but he's like literally the only person I've ever mentioned it to. So, but I figured I'd put it up on here, man. Just because we get asked that question so many times, I always hear it, and it kills me inside not to share it because like I'm so excited for it, but like I'm like, man, I don't want to say anything too quick. But yeah, that's the plan right now. It's just, you know, building up the ball pythons and, you know, hopefully selling. It's kind of the stuff that would have been normally either wholesaled or just really low end. That's the stuff I kind of want to bring to the shop. Yeah. And maybe have a couple of like, you know, maybe a couple of higher end animals there once in a while and stuff like that. But
man, that's cool. I mean, pet shop, you know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, you know, so just keep this goal, you know, keep grinding. Don't listen to nobody because there are a lot of toxic and negative people, you know, who try to kill you, you know, and just do your thing. And, you know, me, Shane, and this community, we will help you and support you, you know, man. That's
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and like we bought the place already, so we're basically we still have leaseholders in there, so there's still people leasing it out. But we get possession in 2022, so yeah, we're just waiting right now and getting all of our ducks in order, basically. So super excited, man.
Yeah, so I just want to make some silly fun things. So I have another plan for 3 years. So in my state, you cannot get any venomous snakes, you know. So it's criminal. But you can have some in Indiana, so it's not too far. No, I'm joking, because if someone will tell that I have a venomous snake, I can get a felony and you know, go to the jail. So I would love to have a blue line morphs. What's up, man?
What's up, Baker?
Yeah, I know this guy. I love his YouTube channel.
Yeah,
he's
dude.
very knowledgeable, and yeah, what's up? He's working with some Batmans too. I know he like Batmans like I do. Yeah, so Shane, you guys can have some rattlesnakes, right? Without the permits.
Yeah, all you have to do is you just have to get your fishing license, and then you're allowed to bag like I don't know what the limit is, but you're allowed to like pick up so many a day or something. And,
wow, man.
so, I mean, I grew up around rattlesnakes and everything. And don't get me wrong, I love them to death and everything. But like, I grew up around them. Like my whole life, they've been out in the trails and I've been hiking and everything. Wow. So to me, they're not like that big of a deal or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, it's a rattler. You know, move it out of the way. You know, but yeah, I love them though. I do.
So sick, man. I mean, I wish I could. No, I mean, I wish and I don't, because if I can raise close to the rattlesnakes, I probably will not sitting right now and talking with you guys.
Yeah,
because I'm crazy about the wild snakes, and I love them. I mean, I love the Eastern Diamondback. They are the biggest one, but I love those colors, and they have in Florida, you know. But still, you cannot have them here. I know Miguel have like white acid, and he got some leucistic. I believe the black ones. He have 3 rattlesnakes. So that's I would love to get one, but still it's something different that you have to be really careful, you know, and like, because it can cost you your life, you know, especially if you have like allergic to the venom, you know. And but there's a bunch of guys who are working with it, so that's cool. So another question, Shane, why beaded lizard? How it's called one more time?
Beaded lizard.
Once again.
Pebbles? Beaded lizard.
Yes.
Pebbles. Yeah.
Why? Why this lizard? Why not snake?
So I wanted something a little different. So I got my little Hognose thing, but I just wanted something that's just like a little mascot, pet only. Like I will never ever breed this thing, and so you know we can get them pretty easily here in California. There's a breeder here, and so I talked to him a few times, and then I was like, well, you know, one of my big requirements is we've got to be able to like live in the ball python room, like these temperatures and this humidity. Because I ain't putting it in like its own room somewhere. And he was like, no, man, care's the same, man. Like give him belly heat, like a ball python, same temps. Keep your room at like 80 like you do, 60% humidity. I was like, all right, sold. Let's meet up and let's do it, you know? And and also once it's full grown, it'll be like my garbage disposal too. So
they are eating everything same as boas. I have a boas, like every rat I have mice, I just throw there and they can grab it like everything, you know. You can put the banana and they can take it, you know, like they are eating.
Yeah.
I love boas, and man, so I'm not familiar with that.
Well, like right now, he's only like this big right now. But like right now, like when I'm feeding my frozen thawed, like if a leg or a tail or something comes off, I throw them all in a deli cup. And then when I'm done feeding the collection, I go over there and just give everything to him, and he eats it all.
That's amazing.
Yeah, can you grab him and show us? I'm joking.
It's okay.
No.
No. So
I'm not gonna listen to him today.
They are really venomous, right? Like,
yeah, I was bit once, and I mean, everyone's gonna react different. But I have an old video about it. But to me, it just made he bit me right here, and it just made my whole arm swell up to my elbow. But I didn't get any of the pain that other people have said they had. You know, they report like a pain that makes you wish you want to die type thing.
Wow.
And I didn't have to go to the hospital or anything. My arm swelled up for like a week, and then when it finally went down, then my arm was tender just from being swollen for that long. But you know, it's kind of like Hognose. You know, some people have bad reactions and some don't. Like I don't get reactions to Hognose bites either. So yeah, I might just be a lucky person. So I wouldn't like. I'm not recommending anyone like go out and get bit by a beaded lizard. So just don't. I was just lucky, and he was little. So when he bit on, they bite on and they chew the venom in. So he went like 1, 2, and when he went to get me the third time, I just pulled him off. So he only got like two times. So
holy crap, man!
Yeah, I
that was when it was like this big too. I mean, it was like small. Like I'd only had it for like a week or two, and I was like, damn it, I already got bit. You know?
Oh man, what should I do with him now? I don't want him.
Yeah. Secret City. What's up, brother? Hey, yeah, I do got Hognose babies in the works. They had their first week of pairing this last week, and then I'm gonna pair them again on Monday, and hopefully I'll have some Hognose clutches this year. I'm looking for 3, but if I get 1 or 2, I'll still be happy. You know, so.
Yeah,
how many eggs they can lay?
Man, they can lay up to like 20, and they can actually do 2 clutches in a year too. So that's like I was building my
So they are like double production, like the colubrids. All the colubrids have, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy man, that's incredible.
That's a lot. I mean, okay, in average, even 15, it's a lot. That's a lot of snakes. Like,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Secret City's just put out a video on that.
So how like how often you breed like the ball pythons, like once in 3 weeks, or
no? So with them, you keep them together for like close to a week. So like I put them together. My schedule I learned from another hognose breeder. I put them together on Monday. I keep them in till Saturday. I pull them, separate them, put the male back in his own tub, feed them, and then put them back together again on Monday, and just keep repeating the pairing. And then so I have 1 male going to 2 females, so they're going to alternate weeks like that.
Okay, but so how do you know that she gravid and you ultrasound or?
No, they're too small. The ultrasound, my ultrasound's bigger than she is. So they told me when I separate them on the Saturday before you feed them, weigh the female, and then if all of a sudden she gains a lot of weight in the next couple of weeks, that means she's building and she's going to go on to lay eggs.
Oh, cool.
And then you stop breeding and just wait for her to lay, or
yeah.
Does they have like an ovulation or something?
I think they do too, and you gotta give them a lay box, and then another guy was telling me if you want her to double clutch like 30 days after she lays her eggs, like keep her eating, and then start her in 30 days after she lays, and she should go on to lay a second clutch upon. I'm like, I don't know if I can deal with that many hognoses.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
and the second clutch, but they lay less than the first time, right?
That's what I was told. So I don't know. I'm totally new to the hognose world.
Man,
so
it's interesting for me because I do have some Mexican black king snakes, you know, and I wish I could breed them in the future, but in this state I need like a different room with the low temperatures to brumation, you know, but all kinds of stuff. But it's still interesting for me to learn, you know, about the colubrids. I know that Brian Barczyk have a lot of knowledge about it. He's not too far from me too, so I can just ask him, you know. That's cool, man. So yeah, I was just wondering why you choose that lizard. But you guys have the Gila monster in Arizona, right?
Yeah, but you can't own them in California because they're a protected species, and since part of their
so you have them on the South California too, right?
Yeah. Like there's a little part where they cross over into California, and since they're protected here, we can't own them here. But you can own a beaded lizard, no problem. Like no permits or anything. So I was like, well, I'll just get the beaded lizard then.
Yeah.
The same as a rattlesnake, but for other species of venomous snakes, you have to have a permit, right? Like vipers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. It's California. I don't even mess around. If there's any red tape in California, I don't want nothing to do with it jumping through there. You know, it's just like there's so much politics here. Like I don't want nothing to do with it. You know.
Okay.
Too much of a hassle.
Yeah. Make this more of a business as opposed to just having pet snakes. For me, because the snakes I want to make, it's going to take me a lot of money to get there. And I figured it would be most beneficial to be able to produce stuff that other people would like too. I can sell them, and this hobby business can self-support itself, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, with other hobbies, I mean, you're not making any of the money back. You know what I mean? You're just spending money. This one, I mean, you're making money back, supporting itself.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's almost a no-brainer,
Everything I made.
Well, I treat everything like a business, though. Sorry to interrupt, Nazar. I've had other businesses in my life, so I just treat everything like professional. Like if you're gonna do it right and do it professionally, and that's the only way to do it. End of story.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. That's what I'm doing this too.
Yeah, it's the same here, man. Like I feel the same way, and a lot of it is just trying to hit those animals that I can't afford at the moment. So I just kind of dream to make those animals, and you're gonna make the ingredients on the side, so you're not gonna hold back like every single animal. So you kind of have to have that business aspect to it, anyways. If you plan on, if you keep moving forward, you're gonna keep making those. I hate to call them byproducts, but in a sense, byproducts to what your goal is. And you can't, like with Nazar's year, I mean, you can't hold back 25 males, like it's just not feasible in order to reach that goal. So you kind of have to.
To be honest, it's pretty hard to even sell them, So I mean, most of the time, I'm just selling them for really low price because they are hats, no visuals. I mean, if you have some visual stuff like clown, you can sell it. But if you have a hats or 66 hats, it's a kind of, low stage. So it's taking time, but that's okay. I will take it.
Yeah.
I know that I have more clutches and I will get some females, and I'm okay with it. I was prepared. Like Shane said, you have some ups and downs, so you have to, every business have this, so you cannot be like success all year long, all year. Okay, you know what I mean. So
yeah, we got you, man.
Another animals that I love, that's tarantulas. They have just a special place in my heart, but to breed them, it's insane. Like you literally, I mean, I'm allergic to their bites. Like any, if the bee, like any some sort of bee could bite me, my hand will be I literally could die. Like it's hit me very hard, and I'm curious if the venomous, like mild venomous snakes, can hurt me the same. I don't know if it's if they have like same venom, but the bees, like the bugs, it's not a good safe for me. But I still have some tarantulas, like old world, like really venomous from Africa, and I would love to breed them in the future, but I have to have like a suite, like plastic suite, and like gloves and mask and everything on my body, because they are so fast, like literally, guys. And the worst part is the female could eat the male like without no reason. Like you literally have to like have a stick, like in this stage when the female, like she lift her like front legs and the male go like under her body and starting to pair her. She in a second, she like bam, and she got him. And in this second, you have 2 seconds, even maybe one, to separate them with the stick. And on this stage, like when you separate them, the female or the male or both can freak out, and they just run away on both sides.
Oh man!
And they are super quick. like you can. I know that some people get bit by the face, neck, like everywhere. Just trying to pair some old world species tarantula. it's different than snakes.
That's insane, man.
Shane, like, come on. No,
Yeah,
never.
I can feel them
never.
on me right now, man.
Yeah, you have to love this. You have to like want to do this. You know, it's really.
Holy shit.
And you have to have a hand. You know, because I know like they make like a really wide cage for tarantulas to breed, and but still you got like 600 from 600 to 2,000 babies, you know, like small snakes. So
Dude,
you can place them in the tops. You have a different temperatures, humidity, but still I love it. They are completely different from the snake, but some species is just insane. That there is one called, I believe, white. How do you call, guys, when this? Oh my god, I forgot the word. When this thing from the sky, when you have a rain.
Asteroids?
Say again?
Asteroids?
No, not asteroids. Thunder, I believe.
Lightning?
It's called white thunder because
white thunder,
they first like, and they're gone. You know,
Oh.
like.
Man.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I love tarantulas, and I would. This is like Shane working with Hognose. I would love to work with tarantulas, but it takes time. It takes like 5, 6, 7, 8 years for them to grow, and you have to have not a 2 backup males. You have to have 10 backup males because 9 of them could be eaten, you know, by the female.
Holy.
And it's
Man, you just gave me a new respect for tarantula breeders because I can't imagine waiting 7 years and then you put the male in with the female.
No, male are growing faster than the female.
Oh, okay.
They are ready, like I believe 2 years, and the male are ready. The female gets like time to, but still, you know, it's you cannot like sex them from their birth. You have to wait like maybe a couple of months, you know, to check. And it's still hard to sex them because you have to have catch. They are molted, and at the same time you have to get those skin and put the water, and they have those 2 little things. That's the female. If they don't have, it's a male, and there's those things. They just disappeared after a couple of hours, so you can miss this, you know. So it's a lot of work with tarantulas. And so I don't have a lot of them. I used to have, Shane, like almost 100 tarantulas, you know, and I used to live with my friend, and the girlfriend, you know, they was okay till one was escaped. Like one tarantula was escaped, and they was living in the room, and I was like, that's not the right thing, you know, because I'm not living alone. I have roommates, and those, and I didn't find it. Like, he just gone, you know. He was pretty big, like pretty big, you know. And my roommate come to my room. He's like, how are you supposed to sleep now, you know? Like, Jesus, like, what the fuck, you know? And after that, I almost sold my collection, and I just thinking, you know, like, okay, in a couple of years I will have my own space, so I can get them back, and, you know, probably trying to breed them in the future. Yeah, but it's harder. Every animal have its own, you know, thing. Like, you can breed them, and requirements. That's what I want to say. Every animal has its own requirements for breeding. But tarantulas, it's fun.
What are you fond of tarantulas, Shane? Or are you?
After my story,
not a fan?
no.
I'm scared of them. I don't like spiders or bugs. I don't like bugs, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not my favorite. I don't mind them. I got better because I worked at a pet store for a couple of years, and I kind of got used to them through that. I think that helped me a lot with like scorpions and spiders. I still am not a huge fan of, like, the small ones creep me out more than the big ones, because I feel like the small ones are just like, you take your eye off them for a second and they're gone, and they just move so damn fast. Like house spiders and shit scare the hell out of me. I hate house spiders. a bigger tarantula that kind of is slow moving, like it doesn't freak me out as much, but I'm on the same boat. Like if a bug flies in my face, I freak the fuck out because I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, what are you? Yeah. What kind of bug are you? Like,
yeah. In California, guys, you have some black widows. I know the Florida have some. We have actually them here. I mean, North America is a homeland for black widow, you know. So this tarantula can get me hard, you know, for my allergic reaction. It is what it is. So.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Shane, how you doing, man? Are you still doing good, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll give it another 20 minutes or so.
Yeah. 20 minutes is good. Yeah, let's go till 8. I can break off and go have dinner and all that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So we have a question from Scales Artist.
Oh yes. Yeah, that was for Shane. Sorry, I forgot about that one. I just left it up there.
When's the next 4 Horsemen video? I've actually had that question a few times lately. So the 4 Horsemen, you know, there's 4 of us, and the 4 of us are kind of like, I'm doing my thing, and you know, the other guys have some personal stuff. There'll be more videos.
Nice.
Okay, so Sal asked you about the small town. How do you get to this name? So how do you get to the 4 Horsemen? Like this idea, like.
So, okay, well, Rich from Predator BP. He's one of the channels I started watching in the beginning, and so like I was always commenting, and then I made my channel. He found my channel, and then at the same time, he was already kind of doing collabs with Rob Bearclaw and Ron from BBN, and they were kind of like loosely called the 3 Amigos for like a couple episodes, and then Rich asked me to be a part of it, and we started doing some collaborations with the 4 of us, and it turned into the 4 Horsemen. Rich, I mean, that's pretty much like all Rich's deal, man. He's the one that kind of coordinated it. He knew the 4 of us separately, brought us together, and whenever I get the message like, "Hey, let's do a 4 Horsemen video," I do my part, send it off, and you know, so it's always hard for me to answer that question. Like, when's the next one? Well, it's like when all 4 of our schedules line up, and you know, there's. We're all in different parts of the world, so they have stuff going on, and there are certain areas that I don't, and you know, whatever. So,
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, so because 4 Horsemen, so every horseman have his own, you know, things to do.
Yeah, it is, man. Even Nazar and I, we like some of our lives, like we have to, you know, one of us will have to do it solo, or just we have to plan it far ahead, because even just with 2 people, it's hard to plan a live. Like it's, you know, I can't imagine with 4. Like that must take a while for everyone's schedule to align, and you know.
Yeah, and I was really excited to do a live with you, Shane. You know, I was like, me and Sal was asking like, come on, let's talk with Shane. You know, because you're a man, you know, and we are watching your videos, so you're just a good and kind guy, you know. So
absolutely, man.
I'm hoping that the show we will have, the show Illinois is a crazy state. Like it's really crazy, and we have like those, you know, laws, and we cannot have them, but still I'm hoping that one day. So Sal, have you been in the Tinley or no?
Me?
No, Shane.
Oh.
No, I was actually supposed to meet Ron, one of the 4 Horsemen, the one from Puerto Rico, you know, BBM. We were supposed to go October Tinley, and it was canceled because of COVID.
Yeah, the show. This is the biggest show I ever been. I mean, I have never been in Super Show in California. I know that this show is big too, but I've been in Arlington. But Arlington it's pretty nice. It's pretty good, but it's the Tinley is just another thing. So I hoping guys you can come here, and this is what I love about this state. That I'm not living too far from the show, you know, so I don't have to run the car and pull on. I'm like 40 minutes away, like from the show. So
that's insane.
That's why that's the thing that keeps me in this state, you know. So I don't want to move. I had some plans to move to the Florida, you know, but like past 2, 3 years, they have like those crazy hurricanes, like 2, 3, 4 hurricanes every year, you know, like start from 2017. So I was like back and forth, you know, and I decided to stay here because I don't want to get the troubles with the weather, you know, and all kinds of stuff. So I will stay here. And another reason, I thought that you can have everything in Florida, like every venomous snake, crocodilians, everything you can have, but no, you can't. Permits for everything, like permit and 1,000 hour working with specific gene, like family, you know. So you have to, if you want to get like elephants, like close, like cobras, you have to have a permit and 1,000 with this species. If you want to have vipers, even rattlesnakes, you have to have, I believe, permit and 1,000 hour working with this specific species. After that, I was like, if I cannot have those venomous snakes, I don't want to move there. So I was like, you know, I mean, I love venomous stuff. It's kind of silly to working with, especially if you have a family, kids, you know, so it's not safe. I don't know. That's the thing.
So, what codoms do you have working in your lavender projects? Any recommendations for codoms that work well in lavender? Brown as well as pied. Thanks for all your awesome content. Well, thank you, Illa. I'm probably murdering your name there. Isla. So codoms, I'm going to put in this year. I'm going to put in Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, and Gene X. That's all going in my lavender.
Wow.
What goes, in my opinion, what goes well with lavender is anything like an orange type color enhancer goes well, or anything that's dark like Blackhead or black pastel or any of that dark stuff, because the black part of it turns to the white part of it, so that gives you a starker contrast between your oranges and that.
Yeah,
and that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. No.
Yeah, the Blackhead lavender, the Blackhead Grail that JKR made is just like crazy.
Oh man,
yeah, it's
so nice.
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
Shane talked about ODYB, so I cannot show this my goal for this season.
Oh yeah,
Orange and Yellow Belly Pied.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That is beautiful.
Yeah, this was my only female heavy clutch. Thanks God for last year.
Evens out, man. And who knows? Maybe now, you know, this season you'll get some more female heavy clutches to even it out.
Yeah,
you'll get that 50-50, you know.
So I'm hoping you, Sal, finally will get your first clutch. 2 weeks you have, 2 or 3 weeks, right? When your Lemon Blast shed?
I'd have to check it again now, but I think I think I'm down to 3 weeks now. We'll see. But I don't know. She's confusing, and like, yeah, I don't know for you, Shane, but I had this big Lemon Blast female. She's probably about 4,000 grams or so, and she shed 3 times within about a month and a week or so, 5 weeks. It's been the most confusing. You know, I thought each time she shed, like the second shed, I was like, okay, this is her prelay because she had her normal shed cycle, and then maybe that was her prelay. And then, you know, she was nice and coiled around the back, so I was like, okay, maybe that was her prelay. And then I saw that her belly was pink again, so I was like, okay, what is going on? And then she went through another shed, so there's like 3 sheds in less than 6 weeks. Wow! And she's a big female. Like, I'm just so confused. Like, and you know, I have an ultrasound, so I tried to ultrasound her, and I don't see any smaller follicles. Like, I have ultrasound many females, and I can definitely see follicles. I don't see any follicles in her, but I can't tell what an egg is going to look like on an ultrasound. I don't know if it's coming up as a black mass still.
Now, you can go right over an egg and you wouldn't even know it unless you're only going to see the outer line.
Yeah,
and it's going to be like
that's what I was telling you.
Yeah, it's going to be like this.
Right,
like,
right.
It's going to be like that. Like, you won't see the edges out here. You'll just see like the top and bottom.
Yes. So that's what I was talking about. You know, like you have those sides. Like she's like
And remember, I sent Nazir a picture of it too, and I was like, "Can you see it?" But it's hard to tell in the photo, right? Like it's really difficult. But anyway, but even at that rate, even if she does have eggs, like what the hell is going on with the 3 shed thing? Like I just thought that was I've had ball pythons for like I had my first ball python in 2007, so I'm used to the shed cycles, and I've just never had anything like that before. So I'm completely in like I have no idea what the hell is going on. Basically,
yeah,
I feel
so
like
I've heard stories, only stories, not the person that it actually happened to, but I've heard stories of females that have done 2 pre-lay sheds, like freaks of nature type thing. But I've never heard of any. I've never heard of a snake shedding 2 times in like 6 weeks either. You know, I mean that's
that's crazy. So now
I wrote it down each time on paper,
So when I see my female shed, so I'm not sure if it's a pre-lay or not, because they can shed 3 times in 6 weeks.
It's I've just never. Yeah, see, even Pike, I sent it to Justin at Pikeland, and he said like he saw them in there, like he saw the outlines, and you know he's got some good experience. So like I assume she is. She's on her heat now. Like after she shed, she's coiled on her heat, so we'll see. But
yeah,
super confusing.
I would say she's if she's over there on the heat, she's either incubating those eggs that are in her, getting ready to lay, or she's reabsorbing. That's the 2 times they go back to the heat. So
right, yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully,
if your buddy's seeing the eggs on the thing, then it's got to be eggs. Like I said, I get a lot of calls from people about ultrasounds because it was public that I got one, and people are like, that's why I tell them, man, like if you never seen it, you could easily just ultrasound a girl and not see the egg, because you're looking for follicles when the egg's like a big hollow thing. Once it's an egg, it's not that little black dot anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, new record. I know it sucks for like my first year. I'm like, well, that's nice and confusing for my first clutch to not know what the fuck is going on. Like, man, maybe I don't know. I'm just gonna I'm gonna let her be, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I think that's the best thing to do at this point, is just let her do her thing. And like I said, I wrote it on paper. I didn't want to mess up. I was like, if I do this on some piece of technology, I'm gonna mess up the date or some shit. So I wrote it down on her card, like 3 sheds within 6 weeks. Man, it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird. So Shane, do you have any clutches cooking right now?
No, this is the first time my incubator has been empty since I started getting eggs, man. And I do have a female right here that I'm waiting to ovulate. I ultrasounded her on the 11th, and she was at 36 millimeters, so she should be ovulating anytime.
Nice.
So she'll be the first one?
Well, no, I've had 2 clutches this year so far, but I just had a window where there wasn't any eggs in the incubator. So I've pretty much been year round since I started, though. Like,
nice.
I mean, they were more kind of grouped up in the summer, fall area, but I've been having clutches steadily. So
that's nice, man. That's I was kind of hoping for something like that in terms of having like a little bit of space between, because not only is it nice just to have that space in terms of not having a million mouths to feed at once, but just the excitement to have that excitement spaced out. So you kind of get that excitement throughout the year.
Yeah. Like I like when you have some space between their hatching, because like I have a clutch, and the second clutch, for example, will hatch like after 3-4 months. So I'm selling this clutch selling everything, and then you have a new ones, so you have a space, like every time you have a space. When you get the clutch, like Garrick said in June, he got a babies every day, like every day, babies. That's insane, like literally. He's probably so busy to feed his collection, to clean it, but it's insane.
So yeah, guys, if anyone has any last questions, we'll probably cut it in 5 minutes or so. So if you have any last questions for Shane or Nazir and I, just drop them. But man, this was awesome. I'm super glad you're able to join us, man.
Oh yeah, man. It was an honor for sure. You know.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
it was an honor for us. Like, man, it's amazing, dude.
No, I enjoy what both of you guys are doing, man. And like you said earlier, man, I just like bringing positivity, and I see you guys doing the same thing. Don't get involved with all the whatever hell's going on. Just focus on the positive stuff. And
yes, positive and animals. Animals are the most important thing, you know. Animals.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's exactly it. And just helping each other out, and, you know, bringing other people up with you, and like I'm a big believer in good karma, and like I'm just a positive person in general. I like to give out positivity, and it seems to find its way back at me. So, you know, I've kind of always been like that, even when I was a kid, and I don't know. I find it's easier to be happy than it is to be angry. So I just kind of go with that. You know?
Yeah, man. Hey, you know, if you watch Star Wars, it's like, you know, hate leads you down the dark side and shit. Man, that's true, man. That's like true in real life. You know,
seriously, man.
Yoda was right. You know.
Yep, 100%, dude. 100%.
Yeah, guys. So I'm looking forward to you to come to the Tinley, and you can come to my place, see my snakes. Man. You know, so
yeah.
Yeah, we can sit and talk, and yeah, man. So yeah, Shane, maybe someday you'll have a time to do live on Instagram, you know, so we can share more snakes on a live, you know, and talk about the projects. So we'll probably do another live with Sal soon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man, for sure.
Last question.
Yeah, we'll do this last one here.
I'm right about at 100 snakes. That's with my hatchlings, and that includes my 5 hognose. I'm right in there about 100. I know I'm over 90 right now. And what's my limit? I don't know, man. I definitely haven't even came anywhere close to my limit, like workload limit right now. So, and now that my wife and kids are helping more and more as time goes on, I mean, that's just gonna, you know, increase what we can do as Small Town Xotics if there's more hands in here helping out. So I don't know. The limit, the sky's the limit. That is
the limit, There you go. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining Skills Artists. Cool. Appreciate everyone who joined tonight and asked questions, man. It makes it easier and you know, makes it fun. But
thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shane. Thank you,
man,
Sal, guys. This was a really good night. So you are take care. I hope in your season, everyone's season will go great. You guys in Texas, if you have someone, will stay safe, and we'll go together through this, you know. So yeah, thank you one more time. Stay safe, guys.
All right,
guys. Have a good one, everyone.
Good night.